Hey guys, this is Allison from AllyKat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And if you get anything from my work, a Connect the Dot, an Epiphany, a Mind Explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, artwork to create, please consider supporting me. All the links will be at the bottom of the description of this video. AllyKatCreations211.com is where you can see my expansive portfolio. I got pyramids, skulls. This is floral. Hearts, floral stuff in there. Paintings, more types of different types of pyramids. All that fun stuff is on my website. If you're interested in purchasing any of it, please email me. I do everything privately, and that goes for the paint and sip paintings that I create each week. That's up for sale too. Inexpensive, by the way. Hi. 3D memberships is a really great way to support my channel. So if you're interested in a monthly rate, you get channel member access to oracle card readings I do just for the collective of the people who are channel members. And you guys get entries, one free one, to my raffles. So if you're interested in snagging a pyramid or a gem skull or any one of the creations that I put up for raffle, you get a free entry every month I do a raffle. I don't know what this month's raffle is going to be just yet, but we will see. So today's paint and sip is going to be an experiment, as they all are. But this one's going to be an experiment. I hope you join me. What you're going to need today: a smock, a paper towel, paintbrushes, canvas, hot glue, and a hot glue gun. There's the experiment. And if you don't have it, it's not the biggest deal. You could still maybe create the same effects. You're also going to need, I have monkey butt in the way, paint pens. I have a whole box here. It's just silver, white, black, gold. If you have those other type of paint pens, you can use whatever colors you would like, but those are what I have at my disposal today. Hot glue, my hot glue gun's somewhere down there. But we're gonna start off painting first. Let the paint dry. We're gonna do like a background. And then we'll put the hot glue on and then we'll add more paint. So it's like a layering process. So a cup of water with your paintbrushes. Mine are already in it because I use my paintbrushes all the time. You need your sip today is juice. It's really good. Um, Anything else? When it comes to colors, I know paint and sips, you usually like to copy the artist. I like to give abstract freedom to whoever wants to use whatever you want to use. I'm just giving you a technique that you could use at any juncture of your wanting to do work, your crafting, whatever it is. I'm hoping to, when it comes out, to have a really cool effect. But I don't know. This is why it's an experiment, and I'd rather test it out with you guys. So the colors that I'm using: acrylic dark purple. Oh, you're also going to need a palette, wax paper. I like palette paper because it's just easy to rip it off, fold it, rip it off, and throw it out. If that wants to open. I might blend this a little bit. Be aware that acrylic gets stuck on clothes. It will not come out unless you have a miracle solution to get it out. So my purples here, I got, they say it's turquoise. I like seafoam green, whatever works for you. Think I opened this one just yet. I did not. Sometimes these are a pain in the tushy to get up. That one flying somewhere behind my desk. Comedy hour as well. Using golden yellow, which I'll probably mix with yellow. I'm making a mess, but that's always me. So because my brush was in water, I'm going to dry it up, sip. See, I like dark purple, but I like things to show up. If you have palette knives, this is a palette knife. You can use that to mix. I know there's a very famous channel that does Facebook shorts that the person literally makes a living mixing colors. I think it's cool. So I didn't mix my other colors yet, but I want to see how it turns out on here. So what I'm doing is just sectioning this off. It doesn't need to be perfect. So what I want to do after this is painted with the background colors is add patterning with a hot glue gun. So there's going to be patterning in the shapes that I'm doing. I hate this camera so much. I don't want to have to chicken, but I might have to chicken. And if you could see, I have this huge blister pimple right there for anybody that's interested in other stuff in life. I'm gonna reset. Give me a sec. I'm back and you can see me. Trying to get this blended as best as possible. As it's drying, I could come back in. And if I see any spots that need to be, like I said, this is just, I can't with this camera. This is just a background because what we're gonna do is put different types of patterning with a hot glue gun. Then once that dries, we're gonna go over it with paint. So this is an experiment because I haven't done this before. Make sure you're cleaning your brush in your water. As we can see, I had a reset. I'm taking the seafoam green. As we can see, it's okay if it mixes color. I added some white because this paint is thin. You don't have to worry so much if the color bleeds over because we're going to outline it with the hot glue. So like this purple streak right here, it's not a big deal. I'm just going for whatever comes to my mind, abstractly, organic shape wise. I don't know if a machine stretched this or a person stretched this, but it sounds like a shamanic drum. For those of you who are new, welcome. You can use whatever color combinations you have at your disposal. Same thing with brushes. Um, I don't re there's no required brushes, just make your life easier. I'm using a flat, squared, medium to large size brush to paint the bigger tones here. You hear it? Sounds like a drum. I'll put this over here. So before you lay in your orange, yellow, I'm going to mix the color and see what I like because that's going to fill in all of this. Try to make this a little on the drier side. Not that it matters it you see like this right here. Hi. You see where the purple kind of came off? That's okay. Um, chicken. I use chicken to help me with my camera. Always works on my other channel, like same channel, other different content. Um, Once this dries a little bit, we're gonna mix in the yellow and the golden orange. We're gonna fit it in here. And then we're going to do hot glue gun. We're gonna use the same colors to go over the hot glue, and then we're gonna add our paint pen. So if it looks like I mixed a lot or there's a lot here, it's okay. Though acrylic does dry quickly. So make sure you have enough of the color that you mixed, or you're not going to get upset that if something you mixed, something comes lighter or darker if it dries. Again, art is a process and sometimes it's a pain in the tushy. Sit. Again, a trick for me to know when something is dry when I have the light that's lighting me up. When it's not as shiny, then I can do a really quick touch test. That's if you want your hands to get paint on them to see if it dries. So give it a few minutes and I'll see you to mix the yellow. I got this cool, I'm gonna test it out here. Yeah. Doesn't, like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect, but we definitely don't want color bleeding too much in yellow because it just, yellow is a tricky color. And this is like it's like macaroni cheese yellow. I added a little bit of white in there. Try to smooth it out as much as possible, because we are going to be putting on the hot glue, and we also will be layering another bit of color. See, it's not all the way dry. If you have a wraparound canvas, that's why I paint the bottoms. And you see, if if you're not careful, the paint will just come off the canvas. Jeez. We don't want that. That's not what we want. So you can have any combination of color shapes. You can have more colors, you can have less colors. That's all up to you. I'm just usually doing what upstairs. I'm spiritual. I get channeled information, and this is what I got channeled to do. You could do whatever you want shape wise. Because, like I said, once this is dried, I'm going to get the hot glue gun ready, and I'm going to make patterns within these, and then we're going to coat it again, and then we're going to add black, white, gold, or chrome. Up to you if you want to use different colors, different paints. The idea here is getting you inspired to do something original for yourself. The idea is to just do, and whatever comes out of you, that's the most important. So wait for this to dry, and I'm going to get the hot glue gun nice and warmed up. I'm back. Glue gun. Painting. And don't worry if things are messed up. So what I'm going to do is trace with the glue. It's hard to see. I have blue sparkly glue I was using. I don't have a fancy glue gun. See what I'm doing? I know there's a creaky, I'm opening up the door to an old house sound. So I just did outlines. Just in case. Now in the circle, I'm going to do just dots. And it's okay if you get this, I call it the spider webs. That just adds texture and depth to your piece. I'll do squiggly lines in the yellow. A lot more glue. You're gonna need like a package of glue sticks, FYI. Unless you got like a good glue gun. This is just cheapo, dollar store glue gun. This one I might do a grid. What I mean by a grid is I'm doing straight lines with the glue. Then I'm going to come across. Hi. Make sure you're sipping. You guys could kind of see it. We'll do more dots on the purple. If you want a good way to strengthen your fingers and your hands, this is perfect. I don't know if they make arthritis friendly glue guns, but if they do, I would use that if you're on the older side and you have, or younger, it doesn't matter. Arthritis does not discriminate. And I'm probably gonna grid. You guys can do different patterns if you want to do patterns. Like I said, this is just an experiment, so I'm testing this out for the first time. I usually do sculptural paintings anyway, but I use installation foam for it. And there you go. You got your hot glue on your painting. Fantastic. Make sure you unplug your glue gun. Make sure you put it in a space that it's not going to burn anything or put anything on fire. We would not like that. You got to be safe. And now what you want to do is wait for all of this to kind of dry. Once again, hot glue does dry, but you want the paint to go on top of it to stick. So give this like a minute or two to dry. Make sure you're sipping on whatever you choose to sip today. And then we're going to remix some of the colors and go over it. Then once that's dry, we're going to add our paint markers to it. So hang on tight, let that cool down, and we'll see you in a second. So I'm going to do the yellow. And I'm going to come in right with the color and paint right over the blue. The glue, I meant. Well, the glue is blue. Show you guys in a minute what that looks like. So once you really saw it, but now you don't because now it's hiding. And if there's glue strings in there, don't you worry. Not a biggie. But just make sure the glue has paint on it. Obviously, you're going to be painting over it anyway. So I'm going to mix up purple. And I'll see you. Make sure you're sipping. Make sure that yellow dries. And purple, here we go. Now the outlined, you're going to just try to get as much as you can without bleeding into the other color. I know that is not easy. guys. The grid is a little harder to paint on because of, yeah, there's wet paint. Now we'll let this dry. We're almost done. So far, I think it when we highlight and put in the color, it's going to pop, and I think it's going to look fantastic. Um, really excited to see how this turns out. But it's texturally really cool up close. So hang on to your hats, take a sip, let this dry. And once this is dry, I'll be back. Hey guys, that took a while. I'm going to take my black and I'm going to color in on top, just like that. Do you want to color in? I mean, you could choose whatever color you want. And you can use different paint pens, whatever. Whatever works best for you. My paint might still be wet in some spots. Yep, it's still wet in some spots. I hope you don't hear the drill or the saw. Someone's sawing. They've been doing it on and off all day. It's been raining. I just hope it stops before I go live with Turn the Page with Janine, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. I'll be live on her channel. And there's seriously no escaping, no matter where in my house I go, you're still going to hear the saw. Which is not ever fun. So I want to know how everybody is holding up. I would love to see what your painting looks like or drawing. I'm sure you could do this with paper. Oh, the thinner lines, my paint marker. I'm going to have to give some depth here because there's an oopsie. Happy little accidents. This could fun times. This could be good for kids because this takes a long time. And it's a good patient project to do with your kiddos. Gotta love allergies. Now, if you don't have paint markers, this process might be a little more difficult. Unless you just want to go for the texture approach. And the only reason why I'm saying that is it would be very hard to come back on here to have a paintbrush really make the lines on top of the hot glue. Like that's not going to be an easy feat for anybody. You can always challenge yourself. And for anybody that's very spiritual out there, the Schumann resonance, I didn't check. It's the heartbeat frequency of the earth. And it went up to, and it's, I know, you're painting, Allison. You're not talking like you do on the rest of your channel. What the, what the, what? Oh boy. We had major spiking the last day and a half. we're kind of in a lull period, but now this is where you're incorporating all your energy. Let me just explain to you guys that, my goodness sakes, I had a dizzy spell for 4.5 hours yesterday. Um, like checked my blood sugar because you never know. I thought it was other things going on with me, and no, nope, 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 nope. Earth shifting its frequencies. My body couldn't handle it. Whatever I got, woo, it was rough. And it wasn't the dizzies where you get like sick to your stomach. It was just I got the dizzies that the room was spinning and didn't stop spinning until I lay down and took a little bit of a nap, which I never do. But I know some people are having migraines right now and having a hard time adjusting. So be creative, ground your energy. And it's okay if you guys don't follow it. But just know that if you're going through something that they're telling you, it might be medical, always look at the charts. You can find groups that show the charts every day. There's apps for it on your phone. Mine's a pay-based one because they also have the Italian chart. But their instrumentations, one is in Russia and one is in Italy, that records the electromagnetic field, geophone, and different fields. That's the black. And this is what I'm talking about. For those of you who are like, what goes on? We had a lot of spiking, which is a lot of the whites coming down. It's affecting us all. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not is another story. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to use the white in the mac and cheese. It doesn't look as cool until you actually like touch it. And I feel like I'm trapped in the 80s with this. So for anybody that experienced the 80s knows this color scheme a little bit. And the texture. But you could do anything, any composition. You can use any color within your paint pens. Don't limit what I'm doing to what you want to do because it's your painting. And that's what's the most important. It's your painting. And I'm not here to tell you what to do with your painting, besides enjoy the process. So I'm using gold to make the circles in the circle. Hope you all had a great weekend. I was super busy. Like this is the first time I actually get to sit and calm myself down. I'm gonna take the chrome silver for that one. But let's just take a look at what it looks like if it would pan in, pan out, pan in, pan out. Whee! Reset camera. Whatever I did not necessarily work. But I'll show you guys in a sec what I'm doing. With the silver, of course. You got the gold, you got the silver, and I'll probably end up doing black over there. But keep on going. Make sure you're sipping. and keep going at it. So keep doing this. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this experiment. I'm a fan of the texture that was made by the hot glue gun, because it definitely gives a three-dimensional look. When you're in person, you can touch it. It raises off the canvas. Man, some white. That was my alarm clock. Like I said yesterday, I was not feeling good. I had the dizzy spells, dizzy vision, blood sugar was fine, blood pressure was fine. Couldn't tell you why I got dizzy besides the Schumann resonance and the frequency coming into Earth. Woo! I'm not a fan of this. Let me know what you think, though. I'm gonna put some gold in here. Not a fan, but it's an experiment. I didn't know how the outcome was gonna be. So you can never go wrong with experimentation. I do like the popping up of, you see that? I like the popping up. I don't know if it's the colors. I don't know if it's the thickness of, I don't know. I'm trying to add some different details here. I like the dimensionality of it. I don't know, but try the method with the hot glue gun. I don't think it's a bad method. I just I don't know. I can't put my words to figure out what I don't like about it. I honestly think it's the glue, like the patterns I chose. This is the final product. And with the chrome and the gold, it gives it a little bit of more dimensionality because you have to see it in certain light to get the sheen. But I think overall, the texture, like you can see, there's a lot going on within the painting. I just don't know about the grid. I don't know, but this is really fun to do with your kids. I think it's really fun to explore and to try something new that you haven't done before and never did the hot glue thing before. So maybe next time if I try to do it, I will use different glue or put on a glove and smooth it out or make it thicker. I don't know. It's just hard to get the grid down. I don't know if I want to just fine tune it to two areas and not put it in all areas. But overall, it was fun to do. It took a long time, but it was well worth the experimentation. Um, so that's what I like to do. I don't like everything that I paint, but I also like to experiment and try things that I have yet to do. So once again, to make change happen in your life, you have to go out and do and explore. Not everything that you do is going to be successful, but there are a lot of things you can gain by process of elimination and experimenting. So not a fan of this. It reminds me of 1980s, Saved by the Bell vibes right there. But overall, I think it's really a fun, neat project to try with your kids, or if you want to do it yourself or use just one section to do it. I really had fun doing it. And that's what it's all about, is having fun and doing something different and trial and error. You never know until you do it. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me during Paint and Sip today. Sending each and every one of you love, like a passion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within, be the shoulder, be the lighthouse, sprinkle and seed your truths, light the path forward. And I hope to see you all in the next one. And some of you, I hope to see you on Turn the Page with Janine on Rumble, 6 Central, 7 p.m. Eastern on May the 4th be with you day. Yay! So until the next time, guys, love and light. Bye for now.